Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. Today I'm super excited to walk you through how you can earn some interest on your cryptocurrency at a time when you're not going to get much in a bank, in a savings account. So interest rates around the world are at zero or even negative in some countries, and you can earn around 10 to 15% a year by lending your crypto out. And I'm going to explain where that interest comes from and how you can avoid the scams. Now, at the moment, DeFi Pulse is a great website where you can head over and see the different projects and which of these assets is earning the most interest. But it's the DAI stablecoin that's attracting a lot of attention at the moment, as there's a high demand for these loans that you can take out with the Maker system. I've done a tutorial on that, which I'll link to at the end, but the stability fee is around 18% a year. So if traders or investors can get DAI for less than 18% to pay down their loans, that's fairly attractive. Now, the other aspect is margin trading, and that's become very popular in the crypto space. Those margin traders, they put on those big positions, but they're borrowing the coins off someone or off the exchange. So there's a big demand for a lot of these coins, and most people like the stable coins as their collateral so that they don't have the volatility of cryptocurrency. So that's where these returns are coming from. There's plenty of legitimate projects in this space. You can head over to DeFi Prime, projects doing, lending as well as borrowing those loans, all sorts of different things out there. So if the project isn't on this website, I'd be very careful, because this space is absolutely rife with scams. And the way you can tell them apart is basically what they're promising. 10 to 15% a year is about as good as you're going to get. So if something's promising 10% a month or daily returns, it's pretty much going to be a scam, particularly when they're trying to, get you to sign up other people. And the difference with these projects in the DeFi, the decentralized finance space, is that they're built on Ethereum, which is a public blockchain. So I can see my Ethereum address there, and this is the address that's associated with MetaMask. And MetaMask is an extension or an add-on that we added into our internet browser, whether you're using Brave like I am or Google Chrome. And this is an Ethereum wallet. So I've got an account, I've got an address, and then I can send some Ethereum there from an exchange or from my hardware wallet. And this allows me to interact with all these different apps. Now, some of them will let me interact with a hardware wallet like your Ledger or your Trezor. Some of them will make you create an account and they're actually a centralized business. Some of these are fully decentralized projects and we're only interacting with, a smart contract. And then we have a few that are sort of on the in-between. So that's how this all works. That's what's happening on the back end. When we're on Etherscan here, we can see where our coins are going. So the other day I did a tutorial on the Tornado Mixer, which is a way to make your Ethereum private. And what we can see is that it goes from my address into the Tornado Mixer contract. So it's very easy with the blockchain to watch what's happening. An hour ago before this tutorial, I swapped some ETH over to the DAI stablecoin because that had a better rate. And I used Kyber, the DEX, to do that. And that's all on the blockchain. So I can see what's happening. That's very different to these scams, which, they have a little account on the screen. They tell you a number, but, it's all smoke and mirrors. They won't be transparent with what's happening on the blockchain. So look, I know these are rife at the moment. We had BitConnect in the past, then we had USI Tech, and lately we've had Cloud Token, and exactly the same, sign up people, monthly returns. People tell me I'm an idiot. This isn't a scam. We had the CEO of Binance coming out and saying that, it's nothing to do with us. The CFO and then CZ mentioned it in his live stream he just did, and yet people are still telling me I'm wrong. I don't understand. They've got a magic bot that makes 10% a month. So let's get into it and have a look at some of these legit projects. The first one is LoanScan, and this is a great portal where you can see the stats of what's going on with all these different DeFi projects. We've then got Allis Finance, which is an app you can download on your phone, and that is going to get you to install that, create a wallet that's going to give you an Ethereum address, which then you can then send your Ethereum or your DAI to start lending. That's very similar to Celsius Network. I've done an interview with these guys, another great phone app. We've then got BlockFi, and these guys are doing interest accounts as well as crypto loans. Blockboard is more of a decentralized one where we can do borrowing and lending there. BZX, these guys are doing a lot of stuff. Excited to see what they do next, but Fulcrum is their lending platform with a nice interface here. It's already picked up my MetaMask account, a few other options there, but I can just click on that lend option and click on send, lend, choose the amount of DAI and ask me to sign that transaction. So very, very easy to use. Some of these other ones are going to want you to create an account and log in for lending or borrowing. Compound Finance, taking a slightly different approach where they'll send you back a C token, which is like the compound interest token, which goes up in value over time rather than sending you, that interest in monthly payments, so to speak. Now, DYDX is a decentralized trading platform, so a lot of demand for that DAI stablecoin, and we can see at the moment they've got a pretty good interest rate, around 13%. Whenever we want to use these, again, we're going to be having to create a contract and sign a transaction. So, these interfaces are pretty good these days. It's going to walk you through it. Click on your DAI, click on enable DAI, but that can take up to an hour or more on the blockchain to do all that. So you can set it up and then walk away, come back, type in how much you want to lend. It's going to have it in this interface here, and when you're done with these sort of things, you can just withdraw it, and it's going to withdraw it back to your account, your Ethereum address, wherever you had that destination coming from in the first place. So a few others here: Constant, ETHLend, they're more doing loans, as are Lending Block. Neuro Network, these guys have got the highest rates at the moment, but they do fluctuate wildly. You will have to sign in and create an account there as well. We've then got Nexo. They've got a cool little card for some of you there. And yesterday, Binance came out and joined the party as well. So this is a great example of what I was talking about, where Binance have recently enabled margin trading. These are the coins you can use as collateral, so BNB and USDT. I'm not so sure why they're doing high returns on ETC, but there's a high demand for BNB at the moment. So 15% annually is about as good as it gets in this space, and this does require you to put your trust in Binance and deposit into the exchange. So not as good as these fully decentralized projects, but it's all up to personal preference. None of these are perfect. In the decentralized ones, you're putting your faith in the developer that's written the smart contract and not to have a bug. In this case, we're putting our faith in Binance, which has had a couple of small hacks over the years as well. So nothing's perfect. I wouldn't be putting in huge amounts, but it's a great way to earn a little bit on the side. The next thing I just want to mention is LSDAI. So really cool name, and these guys are allowing you to bet or hedge the future interest rate on DAI, and different coins going forward, I'm sure, as well. Now, this is pretty advanced stuff. You don't have to worry about this if you're a beginner, but all I wanted to show you was how this space is maturing, and the next wave of professional investor that needs to hedge their positions and so on. This is all coming to the world of DeFi, which is super exciting. Now, if you've got a few different things going on, another great portal is DefySaver.com, where you can see the loans you've taken out or your savings accounts that you've currently got going. It's going to bring this all up in a pretty cool to use chart. And this is, I just love seeing how far this space has come in such a short period of time. So the basics there, guys. I hope you understand where that interest rate comes from, how to differentiate it from a scam, how you can use that blockchain explorer to see exactly what is going on in the background, how you can deposit and withdraw all on the Ethereum blockchain, signing those transactions from your MetaMask account, or some of them will let you do that from a ledger as well. I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. Please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share these videos around, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.